Warning: the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
So boom, Oda was like, hey, let's fuck with him for a minute. Let's just make Stussy a goddamn clone, and even more so, a fucking vampire. Boom, here we go. I guess y'all wondering where I've been at for the past couple of One Piece chapters, I guess, due to like the breaks and other scanalations and all that stuff. And like, Jimmy, you said you was gonna do some One Piece manga reviews. You're gonna keep at and all that stuff. Yeah, well, I failed to mention that basically I'm only gonna review chapters that's like heat to me, so it's a biased review. I should start putting those in my description. But nonetheless, I've been very busy. A lot of stuff happened. Fucking home pretty much got caved in, and you know, the new job and all that stuff, and then getting more immersed into the YouTube community. I'm actually right now, as we speak right now, I'm actually editing videos for the One Piece Odyssey review. The first two should be up on the channel right now as we speak. More down the line later. But yeah, let's just calmly go through this One Piece review, and then we'll do the rant later. Same old boom. 1, 2, 1, 2. We start off with the cover story, which is basically the Weight of the Memories, which is One Piece chapter 172. Oh my god. We see Caesar, Queen, and Judge. Now, these are heavily foreshadows of basically what they are now currently in the storyline. So you see Caesar, he has the artificial devil fruits. Then you see Queen, pretty much Queen of Plague, which he's making like chemicals and all that stuff to like, you know, just plague people with diseases and all that stuff. And then you see Judge right there with a spear, which probably the same spear that he probably has to fight Sanji, I guess. I don't know. Basically, Judge is basically into the weapons and all that damn shit, you know. So anyway, they kind of take after each other with each other's, like, you know, attributes. Like Caesar, he can create, his main thing, he can create artificial devil fruits, but at the same time he can specialize in creating chemicals and stuff to basically plague people, and weapons that can pretty much try to kill Big Mom, but it didn't work. And then you see Queen has the gases and all this stuff, so pretty much she can break down what Caesar's devil fruit is and pretty much manipulate it. Judge kind of like on the outside kind of right now, because like he can just create clones and just DNA of other animals and other people and all this stuff. He specializes in that, which is pretty much heavenly fit to be knocked on into this damn chapter. But it says German's emotional excursion, mass-produced killing machine. So I guess right now, probably this is kind of like what a mutiny and the ideals just differ in the little group that they're in. And this is probably the catalyst for it. Anyway, we start off with the chapter basically saying it's more of like just how the way it is. And I'm reading the early scans right now. These are just like early thoughts of a person. We won't know until like actually like, you know, official scans come out and also the animation and all this stuff. But it pretty much says, even if the world doesn't acknowledge her, she was born into this world. She is without a doubt a human success. I am certain that this is a big step towards world peace. Then we cue over to the lab, basically continuing on with Vegapunk and Bonnie's little comic, little chase, which I cannot wait to see this anime. It's going to be funny. I can't wait to play the classical music of just like, you know, Vegapunk running and Bonnie just chasing him, and they play the music, and then like, you know, he got a little squeaky noise running away. Anyway, Bonnie has reverted herself to a little kid, which is adorable. And she's crying. She says she thinks she broke a bone. Of course, obviously Vegapunk is showing sympathy. Like, you know, you're injured, let me go, you know, get the medical people, you know, to come and get you and all that stuff. Then Bonnie was like, yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
And I'm gonna try my best just to review this real quick, and then I promise you these rants are gonna come. Bonnie morphs her body into similar to what Luffy does in Gear 5th. And she literally... like I said, it's a translation, so I don't know if this is actually her saying this as an attack or a move or something, but it's called Distorted Future. Bonnie ended up basically swinging on Vegapunk and almost damn near fucking knocking his damn block off. And Vegapunk runs away, obviously in the comical thing. I cannot wait till it's animated. And Bonnie, I mean, it says, even if you kill me. And then it says, Toshi, stab. So Bonnie pretty much thrust her pole in the back of... Did he just say that? What I think he just said? Vegapunk, and I just realized I said all that in the wrong contents.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to say it again for comic relief. Bonnie thrust her pole in the back of Vegapunk's back. Excuse me? Through his stomach. Yes, Rule 34, whatever, go with it.
I mean,
and
consensual.
Vegapunk ended up busting out gems. I'm sorry, excuse me? This is not really going well for the context of the voice and what's up on the screen.
You think?
And he ends up busting out gems. And Vegapunk ended up turning to a little kid again. But because he's a little kid, because he has the brain fruit, he's still able to basically talk like a normal fucking adult. So Bonnie pretty much knocked pretty much every cute currency you can find in every cute little video game. She pretty much knocked Candy Crush out of fucking Vegapunk, pretty much. And she pretty much revert back to normal, and Vegapunk like, damn, like, you know, these shiny objects are my age. What the fuck? And Vegapunk like, I become a helpless fucking damn child. And so basically the pieces that got knocked out of Vegapunk is pretty much much just like his memories. And trust me, there's a huge theory once this rank gets here. I know I keep saying it, but dude, the end of this chapter finna be a mess. We get over here towards her grabbing Vegapunk and pretty much saying like, you know, pretty much you a bitch. And she pretty much tell him, which she don't need to really tell him because he already knows, that her devil fruit doesn't really affect living things for that long, which seems to be the theme for a lot of shit, including, you know, obviously the One Piece Odyssey I'm editing right now. She tells him, you say you have a reason for killing my father. And Vegapunk was like, but Bonnie, if I tell you the reason, you'll... And then it cuts over. So we go over to the red line. And we literally see Kuma reenacting what was the lore for Fisher Tiger. Kuma's climbing the fucking red line. And everyone's looking at him like, you know, look, it's Kuma. You know, he's starting to climb the red line. You know, they like, man, ain't no way in hell this motherfucker finna make it all the way to the goddamn top, even though he's doing pretty good. You know, before anybody do anything. And then it says right here, because, which is Vegapunk, cutting back to him, I made a promise to Kuma. I promised never to tell you, no matter what. Bonnie looks at this nigga like, is this nigga serious? Bangs his ass on the fucking damn computer thing, module, whatever have you. And she says, so you have a reason, but you won't tell me. Stop playing with me. Do you think I'm dumb? I mean, I think I heard a supernova. I think Bonnie, besides eating... Oh, the rent's coming later. I'm sorry. The rent's coming later. I don't. Please forgive me. Kuma himself made a decision to give away his humanity. And pretty much, Bonnie pretty much pulls a fucking damn, what's that called again? Yelena, stop lying.
Stop lying!
And she like, there's no way my father would leave me and just go die. You killed him. And, you know, you gotta give it to Vegapunk. Vegapunk is, you know, a baby and still, like, really, like, you know, like, hey, You know, I still get angry with you back. And, you know, Vegapunk said it was painful for me, too. It's painful for me to even think about. So, we cut back over to the red line, and he pretty much saying, like, Kuma was an honorable man and a praiseworthy friend. Because I respect him, I can't say anything. So, you see the Marines pretty much just shooting his ass down. Like, you know, like, dude, you got a shot? Take it. And she slams Vegapunk onto the ground, hard as fuck. Boy, Bonnie is savage. I love it. She's like a fucking One Piece Meg Thee Stallion. And she said, like, just say it. You think I'm just gonna take your word for it? And it says this is torture. So you hear the little gears or little works of the gears and anything like that, and like lights and sounds and shit. And Bonnie noticed it. And Vegapunk like, wait, Bonnie, stop. And Bonnie walks her sexy ass. Look at this shot. God damn it, Oda, boy. Let Oda cook. And he said that's nothing. It has nothing to do with Kuma. You said it has nothing to do with Kuma, and there's a huge fucking paw print on the goddamn door saying keep out. God damn it. This rant finna be epic. There's no way it doesn't. So Bonnie does a move called Oil Shock, which she pretty much just aged the fuck out of the damn. She aged the fuck out of the chains on the goddamn lock or the boat. So Bonnie opens up the door, and she sees a huge ass paw. Now we don't know what color this is. We know we only seen two colors. The see-through one, which I think that's a color or not or whatever. We've seen the see-through one and we've seen an all red one. We don't know what color this is. So Bonnie looks at it. So Vegapunk, like, looking, thinking back, to the days, says, emotion. A scientist from the West Blue told me that when a human dies, 21 grams of the mass is lost, and that the mass is their soul. Truly interesting. This proves that the soul exists. Vegapunk is talking to a young Kuma without the hat. Nigga. Oh my god. Look at Kuma, Joe. Like, this is some, Oda got some weird ass drawings, but still, look at Kuma, Joe. Look at the glory of this motherfucker. Before a fucking warlord. This man is look at him. Anyway, he tells him your ability makes invisible pain real. You turn. I can't even pronounce that word.
Yeah, you can.
Come on, sound it out. Oh, peripheral, right? Yeah, peripheral. Oh my god, I'm smart. You turn the peripheral nerves into radio waves and transfer them. You can afflict it on others. Excuse me? What did you just say right then and now? Then what about mental pictures, like images or memories? Those also signals sent from the nerves. What is their mass? How big are they? So you want me to send my memory? That's what Kuma is saying. And Kuma like, do you want to embarrass me? And Vegapunk like, please help. Like, science can take another step. No one else will look. I promise. And I pretty much think that Kuma was like, no, nigga. And then fucking Vegapunk like, please, I beg of you. So we go back to the real time. And baby Vegapunk is like, don't touch that. That's pain. You know Kuma's ability, don't you? That's enough pain to kill you. Hey, Bonnie with a queen shit. No. And then we go back a little bit to the Marines, pretty much saying, take the damn shot. And they shot him down. They're like, man, don't let this man get to, Mary Jo. And then Bonnie is like, I know my father's ability very well. And, he's still on this whole thing. Like, hold him down. No, finish him first. He's still alive. Of course, he's a fucking warlord. And all civilians evacuate the area. And it shows Kuma pretty much like, in a damn stance of like deflecting shit away. Dude, Kuma's so fucking hacks, Joe. Man, we see Kuma ass in action. It's gonna be a fucking problem, Joe. Like a real problem. Like him functioning, full conscious, like aware of the abilities and all of that shit. Kuma is going to be a fucking problem. I think Kuma's going to be right under Hawkeye. I put money on it, Joe. I think the reason why I think the reason why they ain't raised Kuma's fucking bounty or anything like that because he's a fucking damn world government fucking lackey dog. But if Kuma was like the rest of the fucking warlords, I swear to God, I think Kuma would be right under Mihawk, Joe. Kuma's way too fucking powerful. Anyway, go shit. This rant finna be epic. This is my father's memories, isn't it? So that's why I said before. We don't know what this bubble color is. It can be still red. It can be blue, yellow, orange, whatever rainbow color we can think of is going to be it. So Bonnie looks at it. So Bonnie starts to touch it. Oh my God, you Bonnie's for boy. So we go to the Egghead Labo base where Nami and Sanji and them are, and they still looking on the goddamn screen, you know, of like, okay, now what we looking at? And pretty much Nami like, Rob Lucci, did he climb up? And for the sake of it, because why not? Vegapunk number one, because I can't remember his name right now. He says, sorry, the system have some issues. And Sanji like, man, good thing Zoro, well, not Usopp. Usopp's like, good thing Zoro is there. He won't lose. It's 2v3. It depends on how they fight. I think that's probably what Sanji's saying. And Vegapunk number one was like, hey, take a closer look, my nigga, and be amazed because they may be at a disadvantage. And Usopp looked like, Nani? And now this is a big spread, so I'm going to have to zoom in a lot. So cameraman, editor, which is basically me, can you zoom in right quick?
You do it
because I need to kind of break this whole panel down.
Editing all these goddamn videos.
Please,
fine, whatever.
I mean, I pay you enough. The Seraphim have rolled up to the front of the goddamn lab, which, yeah, they got up there. The Seraphim landed, and they pretty much saying now it's 2v7, and it's the most elite Seraphim. Now, that's saying a lot because these are the top 4 Seraphim. So I can't wait to see the other Seraphim because they must be trash compared to them. Usopp like, darn, they got up me, like they called them while the barrier was messing up. Conveniently. And the Vegapunk number one was like, no, they shouldn't have arrived on CP0's orders because you got to remember, at the end of the day, Vegapunk right now, because Kurose is not there, Vegapunk and of course the satellite, or the other Vegapunk clones, they have authority over the Seraphim. CP0 is at the bottom, and because CP0 took out Sentomaru, they right under Vegapunk. So it's kind of like a whole thing of like a transmission wave, so to speak. But nonetheless, Vegapunk still hold the key to all of this, or the Seraphim. And Vegapunk number one was like, for different situations, Seraphim have been equipped with some decision-making ability. They are gauging, Sanji, they're gauging how long the barrier will last. So we go to Stussy and Rob Lucci, and Rob Lucci is like, he didn't even order them. And Stussy was like, they can go back down. The dome is already closed. So we go back to the lab again, and pretty much it's saying that this is unexpected for CP0. 2 as well. We in the higher rank of command. Yeah, that's exactly what it says. We in the higher rank of command inside this phase can use a Seraphim as our advantage. Like I just said, it's more like a range thing. Like they're in the range of Vegapunk, then he can control them. He just overshadow CP0, but because they're in the range of CP0, they'll probably obey them because they're closer to them. So we get to the other 2 Vegapunks, which is Vegapunk, I guess 2 and 3, if I remember correctly, Lilith. And Vegapunk 3, like, that's if we get an order through. We are in a terrible pinch. I will go now. And Lilith like, man, I'm right with your ass. I got the cannon right here on my fucking damn back. Let's go. Let's do this shit. And they go down there, and Vegapunk #1 was like, I leave it to you, Lilith and Edison. And Lilith like, man, shut your ass up. You ain't my goddamn supervisor. And pretty much Sanji's just thinking like, yep, gonna die before seeing the One Piece Monimo. Like, he's basically hoping that Zoro dies. And Nami like, Joe, what the fuck are you talking about? Get your ass down there and protect the fucking ship. And Sanji like, fuck yes. And Sanji ran down there like, Sanji Film must follow all orders of Nami, which is basically, he's like pretty much comparing himself like to like, you know, the Seraphim, which is awesome. And I really do think that there's going to be, this rant is going to come later. But he said like he got to save him though. So Sanji's going with him too as well. Like, man, Joe, like we got to protect the ship together. He calls him Swirly Film. I like it. I love it. So we get back to the ship. Zoro and Brook is right there. Swords are drawn. Like, man, let's do this shit. So Brook is like, what's with his appearance? And Zoro like, I think it's the giraffe guy, but he looks kind of different. Whatever, I'm just gonna cut his ass up. He's just gonna be the same motherfucker. And Kaku is like, if you can cut me, Roronoa. And Zoro like, hey, I'm gonna go handle this fucking giraffe jar nigga, and you protect the fucking damn ship. So Kaku uses Be Gone, and Zoro blocks it. And he does a move called Kiriman Gyro or Gyro, whichever one you want to use it as. And Zoro pretty much said, pretty much what everyone else is saying since the Rob Lucci and Luffy fight, is that, dude, we just came from fucking Wano. We almost died. We fought mythical. And I mean mythical as in ancient creatures that should not be here anymore, along with fucking damn devil fruit deformity. I have fought them too many fucking times in Wano. I am fucking tired of them. And he knocks Kaku down to the ground. Now, before I even go to this, Kaku is awakened. He is an awakened Devil Fruit user. It's similar to how the way Rob Lucci is. He has black flames going across his neck, and also he has black flames on his as a beard, which is kind of fucking awesome. I want a beard like that, a flaming beard. Oh my god, can you imagine what Blackbeard would do? Anyway, I think this should be the theme for Awakened Devil Fruit users. So if y'all want to open up that theory of basically Kaido and Yamato being Awakened Devil Fruit users, go on ahead. Like, at this point, everything's up in the air. So we go to Rob Lucci, and Rob Lucci is saying, before Vegapunk comes out, destroy the phase. Seraphim. So the Seraphim look like, okay, can compute. And we go back to the lab, and Vegapunk #1 is like, oh shit. And Nami and Usopp, of course, obviously classical, freaking out. And they saying like, they'll destroy the labo. So fucking Hawkeye draws the sword, Seraphim Hawkeye. Seraphim Kuma does a Ursia shock, and motherfucker, this damn panel. Hawkeye sliced the top of the fucking damn tower off. Fucking Seraphim Kuma just do the Ursula shock, or mini Ursula shock, because he's so small, he's a baby. But yet he's so big, but he's still a baby. Baby Ursula shock. I like that name. He does an Ursula shock. That sends a whole shockwave out, and Seraphim Jinbei and Seraphim Boy Hancock just use the fucking damn lasers and shoot the damn shit. So they are destroying the front of this damn lab. They getting in that bitch. So, you know, the lab is shaking up, you know, everybody doing all this shit. And then we go back to Kaku, and Kaku saying, hey, cool it down. Let's just complete our mission like this. And then, out of nowhere, Kaku gets bit on his neck. And Kaku looks like, Nani? Come on. which is you. We watch enough anime to basically know what those two is in Japanese. And the pigeon looked at Kaku like, oh shit! Kaku falls down to the fucking ground. Rob Lucci looks over. Kaku is out. Instantly. K.O. And Rob Lucci looked and said, what are you doing? Stussy. And the last panel of the goddamn manga literally says, what am I doing? I just put him to sleep. Please, Lucci, won't you go to sleep too? Now, I don't want to read that much seductive, but you get the fucking damn point. And it says right here, Rock Pirate's crewmate, clone of Miss Buckingham Stussy, mad successful cloning experiment number 1. Stussy. She smirks suspiciously. End of chapter 172. Damn, that was a hell of a goddamn plot twist. Didn't even see that. Damn, me neither, man. Stussy a whole goddamn vampire in this bitch? Damn, who the fuck is that screaming in the background here? Oh, nigga, you good? You okay? Oh, man, you fit do an angry ass. I'll say this shit for another goddamn video. Cut the feed. Cut the feed. No breakneck.